Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Black Cat Bushcraft channel. I'm Matt, and today I've come out on a very cold afternoon to do a little camp cooking. I've got a recipe I think you'll enjoy. It's curry beef, and it's done with very simple ingredients that you can carry in your pack. So I'm going to show you that, put it together for you here in just a minute. Right now, the conditions are I'm in a new area that I haven't really spent any time in before. So I don't have like all my camp stuff set up. I've just got a very basic holder that I fixed up real quick and easy to hold my bush pot over the fire, and I've just got a very minimal fire going here. It took quite a bit of time to prepare for that. Had to get fat wood, processed down, feather sticks, all the whole thing to get it going. But now that I got my fire going, I'll get my bush pot out and show you the ingredients and put this together so we can start cooking. Stick with me. This is going to be a good recipe. Alright, so today I'm making curry beef, and what I got here is just my bush pot. I've got some olive oil and some different things that I use when I'm cooking. None of that will be necessary right now. Gotten some little canisters here, some coffee, which I may make use of in a little while, and specifically today I brought curry powder for my dish that I'm actually making. Set those aside for a moment. So I got my bush pot, and in this little tin here, I just carry some jasmine rice. Sometimes I'll carry brown rice. Today I just happen to have jasmine rice. And when I cook things like rice or oatmeal or grits, things like that, I tend to eyeball that. I don't necessarily measure it out because honestly, I can make it cook out right without measurements. So all I'll do is cover the rice with water, and I can always add more as I go. Should be about right. Alright, so I just added some water from my Pathfinder bottle. Now, the beef is just dried beef jerky that I have here in this little muslin bag. And I wound that up pretty tight. So what I got here is just some basic beef jerky. And I'm going to boil that into my rice. That'll help make it tender. I'll just break it up into some bite-sized pieces. And of course you could always substitute real beef if you had the luxury of that, or you could substitute any meat, whether it be chicken or wild game. Anything, but I just happen to have jerky and I want some protein in my dish, so that's what I'm going to use. And I usually carry jerky like this in my pack as an emergency or snack for when needed. Should be good. So that's what we got here. Just a rice with water and my dried beef jerky. So what I'm going to do is get that on over my fire, let it simmer a little bit. I'm going to add a little more water. And actually, before I put it to simmer, I'm going to go ahead and put some curry in there. I love curry, so I'm not worried about putting too much. If anything, I'll add some more once we get it over the fire. Alright, so I'm going to get that over the fire and we'll get to cooking. Alright, so I've got my bush pot here set up over top of my fire. Talking on the camera, I let my fire die down a little bit, but I've got a good bed of coal, so it'll come back quick. So this was a very quick way to improvise to put this pot right over top of my fire. Just got a couple of stakes in the back with 7 notches cut in. And as you can see, I flattened off this main stick that's holding it. It's fairly secure, and it was just stuff that was right here that I could use quickly. And of course I got this main log here underneath, which originally I was just going to prop on that, but it wasn't high enough. But anyway, I've got my ingredients on the fire, and I'm looking forward to a hot meal. So one thing about being out on cold days like today is you forget to drink water. So I realized how thirsty I am. So I don't want to drink ice cold water, so I'm going to warm it up. The cool thing about this stick that I found is it's got an area to hang not only my pot down low, but I can bring a bottle down here with a toggle. So I got a piece of bank line here. I got me a small toggle. And all I'm going to do is fold this, just like this, make a loop, take a bite in the cordage, in other words, and just run my stopper knot and the remaining part of my cordage through. And with that, create a locking lark's head knot. And I'm going to cinch that down, just like that. And that way, the stop knot locks up against the lark's head. And it'll give me a good toggle that I can use to hang my bottle on right here. I'm going to lift that so that I can adjust it. Alright, so now I just use my fish mouth spreader, hook that onto my toggle. I should have no problem getting my water right on the fire. Works perfect. Alright, so our food is well underway. I'm going to take my pot off the fire for just a minute. Take a look at what it's looking like here. Yeah, I had a feeling. Probably going to have to add a little more water. Actually, let's see what the rice looks like. Actually, nope. It's going to be good. Rice is going to be a little bit watery, slightly. If I leave the top off the pot, it should come out perfect. What I'm going to do is add some more curry powder, because it tastes good, but I like more. I am looking forward to eating this, getting some heat. Curry's pretty spicy, so the nice thing about that is it's spicy, which helps you feel a little bit more warm. Sometimes you eat hot food, it gives you that little flushed feeling. My face is pretty cold right now, so I would like that. The beef is tendered up a little bit. I'm going to just set it on the fire like it is, let it sit there for just a minute, and thicken up. I'll bring you back to eat. Alright, well this curry beef has been sitting up here long enough, I think, and I'm ready to eat. So however it turns out, it's going to be good enough for me. I'm going to add one last ingredient, just a touch of brown sugar. Not much, but just enough to give it a little touch of sweetness, I think will add to the flavor. I normally carry brown sugar or honey in my pack. Show you what this looks like up close. Looks delicious. It's going to be good, especially as cold as I am. Which I'm not freezing to death, but it's cool. My feet are getting cool. Alright, blessing said, let's taste it. Sounds like some dogs fighting over there. Anyway, this stuff is delicious. Beef jerky's gotten real tender. It's got a nice potent curry flavor. Slight sweetness. fantastic. Hot too. Basically, ingredients are jasmine rice, beef jerky, curry powder, water, and sugar. So it's a very easy meal that you can pack, just raw ingredients. And if you're like me, I normally carry that can of rice in my pack anyway. It's just to back up some extra carbohydrates to have. And I normally carry beef jerky for the protein. And those are very shelf-stable things that you can carry with you. And so this is a way, if you have the curry powder, you can put it together to make a pretty hearty meal. So I feel like anytime that you can eat something that's warm and comforting like this, that feels like, you know, a substantial meal as opposed to eating snacky stuff in the woods, that's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you enjoy your time in the woods more. It's going to keep your morale boosted if you're in a situation, you know, a self-reliant situation. Having something like this, or being able to put something together like this out of your pack, as opposed to just eating trail mix or eating nothing at all, obviously this gives you a big benefit. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in for a simple recipe. Hope you'll try it. If you like curry, you'll definitely enjoy it. Hope to talk to you guys again very soon. Until then, as always, take care and God bless.